that you can hear. Welcome. How is everyone? Welcome back to TROP-Cast.
Hello.
I'm just going to mute. Well, no. I'll give myself a viewer, so I'll mute the site. Always mute the site. How is everyone? Welcome to 2021. We are back with another episode of the Republic Players Podcast. Episode
83.
Ah, damn it, I wrote down 82. 83. I'll edit now in a second. Wait a second, we'll edit there. 83. It's hard to get to know what the episode is every week all the time now.
Yeah. 17 weeks to 100.
17 weeks to 100. Jesus. And you know what? You'll blink and it'll be there. And you'll be like, how did we get here so fast? How was Christmas, boys?
Yeah.
How was Christmas?
Was lovely.
Yeah.
That was good.
Did you get any
It
games?
was,
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Well, I got hardware.
You got hardware, not
Yeah,
software.
I'll talk about that when we talk about what we're playing. I got some
Fair
hardware.
enough. Fair enough. We're not talking about that right now. We'll talk about it in 2 seconds. Well, no, so he's been keeping good. Everyone's well. We're in another. We haven't come out of lockdown ever, have we? We've been in lockdown for a year. It's been all
Is it technically the fourth lockdown or is it
third, I think,
don't know.
technically. Third.
Heard, yeah.
Even though the second one was really bad, that the numbers were the same as they went into lockdown
Yeah.
when we came out of lockdown, which didn't make any sense. But we needed to have Christmas, so that's that's why we done this.
Yeah.
Except then you cancel Christmas 2 days before Christmas.
Yeah, cancel Christmas. You can't have Christmas. You're sitting at home. I'd say that. To be honest, like all through this year, I know John has said it before, but nothing's really changed for me. Like my whole life is kind of stayed the same.
Yeah.
Little bits and bobs. I know the world outside is messed up, but inside I'm still the same here. Same guy. Here we go. I hope everyone's keeping well at home.
Yeah.
Funny times.
Yes, funny times. Bit of a mental world we're living in. But to be
Yeah.
honest with you, it's a mental world according to TV. I don't see any of it. According to TV, it's mental. I don't know. So it could be like a TV show they're all a part of. The Truman Show is live.
That's America. America has become the TV show for the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like to be honest, it always has been, hasn't it? Even when I was talking to lads, when you're younger, America was this big, massive, like the Big Apple. It was this big, massive thing, and our whole like Ireland kind of follows the trends America sets. After a while, if you set the trends in America, and a few months later, Ireland will follow that pattern as well.
God, I hope not.
Well, no, but like it used to be like that, but I don't think it's like that anymore. Like it did set, like
No.
they set with like the, whatever the favorite toy of the moment was, whatever the best movie was. No, it all came from America, but now it's all changed. It's like you're all a bit nuts, aren't you?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
not do that.
It's just like, again, yeah, Aiden put it probably the best way ever. Like if you wrote a movie about what was happening in America right now, you'd probably say I was going a bit over the top. It would never happen. But like it is happening. Like that's again, I know we're in 2020 part 2. 2020 and 2020 part 2 is shaping up to be just some of the craziest times ever.
I've never felt like more American now feels like it's entered the season finale.
Well, maybe.
Like it's like that's I've never seen anything like it.
I mean, Trump has his finger on the button technically until he gets kicked out. He'll just sit in the panic room just like this over and over. You really wanna? Really wanna test me?
Trump won't do that. Who would adore him?
I hope he gets like,
True.
if he gets impeached and that. But they're on about if they get impeached, they'll martyr him as well. He'll end up being this scene for like of a lot. Like to be fair, a lot of people have voted for him, and more people voted for him to get into office than voted Barack Obama to get into office when he won. So
Yeah.
it shows you how many people actually like him, and shows you everything that they love about him. That's the dangerous thing is because they believe everything he says is gospel, and that's why it's so dangerous.
It's dangerous as well. And again, I mean this with love in my heart, but like the fact that somebody like it's a really trying like thought just how many people are so stupid in America that they actually not only believe stuff that this crazy person says, but also they're willing to die for him. And he's just the worst sort of human
dangerous.
being in the world.
It's nuts. To be honest, but the problem is he's got a lot of they were putting a lot of comparisons to the way Hitler started, and like if it was back then, it probably would have been the same thing now that he could do that. I don't think it could be I hope not that it could happen at this day and age. But they like he's doing a lot of the same things, creating creating a havoc and creating this thing that pretending like there's not one bit of evidence to say that election was rigged, and people are just saying. But he says it's true, and that's it. That's what it's so dangerous. Why are they not taking facts as like gospel.
Fake
Like,
news, Paddy.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like they're saying, oh, we believe. I don't know. You could go into a big spew about it. Anyway. We won't. We'll talk.
We
about
won't.
It.
It's not a political
No,
podcast.
it's not.
Yeah,
We won't.
it's been a weird week. We need to get away from this.
I'd say people come to watch the podcast to get away from it. So we'll stick away from it because what you do just chat about gaming. Aiden, tell us what you bought and what you're playing.
Yeah.
I didn't buy, but
Or what you got for Christmas. Sorry.
What's your Nick?
I got this.
Oh
Got an
yeah.
Oculus.
Cool. I forgot
Oh
you
yeah, you were saying you were getting
I
it.
got an Oculus Quest 2.
Do you need much space to play? It doesn't look like much room behind you, or maybe
It's I get an okay. It goes further back than you'd think.
Yeah.
But yeah, for anybody that wants to get into VR and is unsure, I think one of these things are amazing.
Have you used the PlayStation one as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The PSVR is pretty bad compared to an Oculus.
Oh,
Even the
that's a statement.
Quest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even the Quest. It has like a high-end Snapdragon processor, like probably what the Samsung Galaxy phones would have. So it can run pretty much a lot of games. But yeah, as like a wireless experience, the battery lasts quite a long time. I think the controllers seem better than the one I had on the Quest or the Rift. Like it seems to be the battery doesn't go dead as much. They to do more.
And what made you
They
go out
pick
and
up
pick
more.
another one up since you had one?
I wanted a wireless one more than
okay.
once. You see, the nice thing with the Quest is if you have a high quality USB 3 cable, you can use it as a Rift as well.
Yeah.
So, and like they're pretty similar in price. And I kind of wanted to sell my Quest and get a Rift, or sell my Rift and get a Quest. And then my brother and my mum got me for Christmas. It was lovely.
Nice.
The game I've been playing most is Phantom Covert Ops, and it's a stealth kayaking game, and it's absolutely class.
A stealth kayaking game.
Yes,
I never
it's
thought I'd
like
heard the day.
it's like Splinter Cell, but in a kayak.
I just love these people that write, like, they're sitting around, you know what I want to make? A stealth kayaking game. I was kayaking last week out in fucking whatever, and I saw this game.
It's kind of a genius move for a VR game because it inherently means you don't have to get off your seat or move anywhere.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
the lazy man's VR game.
it is. It makes it so playable because of it. So yeah, obviously the two
Nintendo,
controllers.
listen.
You do the
Nintendo, listen.
kayaking. You can break, but how it sets it up is on your chest is a handgun, on your right is your sniper rifle, and on your back is your assault rifle. So, and it's so intuitive and easy to do. And in front of you is a box with clips for ammo. So it's like you move into position, you find the long grass, you wait on people, and you snipe them all off. And like, there's some real tense moments of kayaking where you have to like try and slowly edge back to not get seen. And it's just it's something that could only be done in VR, and it's really cool.
So you're sniping and stuff like from the kayak, is it?
Yes. So it's like you're going along, you'll be going along. See, it's the whole game.
A really weird version of Aquaman that needs a boat. You're like men.
Yeah, the whole game is based on a research facility that has been overflooded.
That's true. Well, Aquaman can get out with the water, so it's worse.
Not the Aquaman of the comic books. Can he get out of the water?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
sure. Just walk around the place. Yeah.
The old like '60s Aquaman
That's
could
what
only
I'm
stay
talking
out of
about, okay, right.
could only stay out of
yeah.
water for like an hour and a half, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
John
But
ruined my
yeah.
jokes. Start 2021.
Sorry.
Um,
It's been a tough year for all of us, Paddy.
Yes. This year?
The whole
It's been
game-
6 days, 7 days.
It's been
what date is it?
Seventh.
That's the 7th. But yeah, the whole game is based in like a research facility that's been completely submerged underwater, and like sort of so you go through like the ruins of and like a swamp, and like so yeah you'll be like kayaking up and you figure out where you go, and you reach down to your right and you bring up the sniper rifle and you have to use both hands to properly aim with it, and it feels really cool to play. It's the most I've liked a stealth game in a long time, like a pure stealth game. Usually I love stealth games for a while until I get bored of them, and then
Do you have to
inevitably the second.
like go into a bush?
Yeah, basically find cover within like long grass. It's just a cool
Hide
game.
behind the whale.
And yeah, also
How's that?
Just
That's just a whale. It's fine.
Just the whales can't.
I played some of Vader Immortal, the Star Wars game, which is kind of cool. You like get captured and you get brought to a chamber, and Darth Vader walks in front of you, and he's 8 foot tall and really intimidating. And just things that are cool. I like VR a lot.
Yeah, I'd say it'd be fun. I wouldn't mind playing one myself. I've only played a couple of games on VR, but that was on the PlayStation version.
The PlayStation is way lower resolution. You find the first time you put on an Oculus, like, oh, this is so much clearer than the PlayStation ever was.
You should try out Resident Evil 7, so see what it's like.
that is, it's on my list if I can ever get through it.
Oh,
That game terrified me the first time I played it.
it's unbelievable.
I was gonna say like I maybe Resident Evil 7. It's a very scary game, and my only experience with VR is the Oculus Rift demo. You know, with the robot and
Yeah.
all that, which they have like a tech demo there as well, where like you literally there's a bit where a dinosaur is like comes around a corner and he comes into your face and he roars at you, and I swear to God, like I've never experienced this before. Your brain forgets that it's not real, and like I was literally like, and like trying to not look away. So obviously, if I was playing something like Resi 7, I'd be terrified. But I just imagine if there was like an Outlast 1 VR version. There might be VR version. That game I think would be utter terrifying.
I'm sure
People have modded a load of first-person games for VR, so I think Outlast 1 would probably work pretty well.
GTA 5 VR. Let's go.
That's a thing.
Is it?
That's
That is a
100%
thing.
Let's
a
go
thing.
ahead then.
Yeah.
Are we away?
Yeah.
Why not?
Apart from the Quest, I started Trails of Cold Steel 2. I've talked about this series a lot.
Yeah. Go
I love them. I love them so much. They're all on sale at the moment on PS4. If anyone else wants to get into them, Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. Can't best combat in a JRPG I played in absolutely years. Story's really good. I just love them. They're the thing I'm playing now. I haven't been to sleep before 3:30 in the past couple of nights, and that is the reason.
Are you back to work?
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor work.
Oh, the mornings are difficult.
Oh,
Yeah, it says so.
I said I wouldn't do this to myself yesterday, but I did it to myself again.
It's going to happen again tonight. I know it. It's like I only have to do Friday. It'll be fine.
Yeah, Thursday is always like that for me too. I'm always like, I can stay up a little bit later on Thursday. 'Cause tomorrow's only Friday, and I just have to get through tomorrow.
So you have to stay awake because you're so excited about the podcast too, John.
That's it.
100%. I hope anyone watching has had a really good start to your year, and hopefully it's better next year. This year, last year, tomorrow. Hopefully it's better than that, and hopefully gaming is better. We'll talk about that later. Anyone watching, Happy New Year, basically. John.
Paddy.
What are you up to?
Well,
Video games.
you know, a little bit.
What are you playing? You.
Oh, John.
John.
No, I've been playing like nothing new, we'll say, but I have dipped my toe back into like one of my obsessions, which is Minecraft. Yeah, I went back in. I currently, Paddy, you're gonna love this. I currently have.
Sorry, clickbait.
You won't believe what
You
John's
won't believe
playing.
John's. That's a title right there. You won't believe what John's been playing.
He's playing what? But no, I have 3 worlds on the go at the moment. I have the world. No, 2 timing every world.
Huge.
Or 3 timing. No, but I started off. The reason what happened was Wednesday I didn't really know what to stream. I just knew I didn't really want to stream Tarkov. I just wanted it to be something a bit more chill. And I was like, what did I play? And I was like, you know what, fuck it, Minecraft. So I started a Minecraft world on Wednesday on the stream. Then myself and Diddler started one on the Realm, so we could have play together. And then today I wanted to play one that wasn't the stream, that wasn't the world with Diddler, because Diddler wasn't there. So I just wanted to play on my own. So I basically
the green-eyed monster's back.
I'm trying to ignore the green-eyed monster.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, sorry, Aiden, it's happening again. But yeah, I started another world today on my own. It's a great game. If you've never played Minecraft, if you ever want to chill out, but also be terrified at different times, play Minecraft. It's so much fun, and it's just great. It's just great, lads. Like I think most people know what Minecraft is. Like it's you do so many objectives. You can either just mess around the place, you can actually try and finish the game and beat the Ender Dragon, or you could just dig a hole in the ground and keep going and see what happens.
I think it stops.
It does stop at it. Well done. Bedrock.
Oh,
Bedrock.
hey.
Oh, he's got it.
Host of the year right here.
And yeah, not much really else to talk about Minecraft, really. Just go play it if you haven't.
What brings you back to it all the time, John? What is it?
It's just I suppose people probably disagree with me, but I suppose it's almost like a roguelike. It's every time you create a new seed, every time you generate a new world, it's completely different.
That's
And
very true.
you don't know what you're going to get. Well, say like I basically kind of got screwed on my stream one. Of course I did. The one that I'm live. I started on like this tiny desert island, and then the first continent that I found was like a frozen tundra. So like I'm having like pretty kind of like a bad time on my stream one that I'm only starting to get going.
Yeah.
And on the one I have on my own, I have like it was just like trees everywhere, animals everywhere. There was this big massive cavern just in the ground that went down to like diamond level that I could see all the way down, and it was just like, oh, I have everything I would ever need. Perfect. So why didn't this happen on stream? You don't know what you're going to get. There is some sort of, again, I know it's a person to person basis. There is something for me that's very relaxing, just like mining and doing the. I suppose what some people find with like Stardew Valley or even like Animal Crossing. Just there's something weird and like serenity inducing about just like doing. You've gone super green now. All right, you've changed.
Super agreed. Everyone in the chat, let us know what you've been playing.
Yeah, exactly.
We should ask that every week as well. Let us know. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, it's just really relaxing.
I'd say that's probably what it is. Well,
Yeah.
Go back to all the time compared to the likes of what you've else been playing, which is Tarkov.
I was going to leave that one for maybe the two of us.
Discuss together,
I was going to say, yeah.
Well, obviously, they made the big move, the big boy drop of doing it on Christmas Eve. They dropped a new wipe, and we've all been stuck back into it. And again, this is my third wipe. Is it your third wipe as well? I think it's our third wipe.
Sure, I think so.
I think so. I think it's our third one anyway. But the game itself is changed. A couple of changes in it. They've changed some of the tasks. They've changed what things are worth. That's the thing. And the game itself has its own economy, and the prices have all changed. The game itself is running superbly. It's set for. It's running superbly when you get to play.
Except when it's not.
Yeah, but the servers have been crashing lately. The last couple of nights, I think they crashed tonight as well.
Yeah, they crashed like 3 times yesterday.
Yeah, but they've been doing the drops, and when they do the drops, for some reason, loads more people are playing the game, and which doesn't make sense to me is because they just want free stuff. They get the free stuff, and then they stop playing because that's the only thing that must happen. But the game itself is beautiful, and it's a very good game and very enjoyable. I know we chat about it a lot. I think we're up at the same level. I think I'm like 18 or 19.
I'm about level 18, I think.
I think we're at level 18, 19. I personally, myself, I think John as well, we've actually done the task a lot quicker this time because we're used to it. Diddler started playing with us. A few of the other lads started playing with us. It is the problem with the game as well is it can be such high tension if it's going wrong, and like it can be. I think obviously a lot of people take gaming very seriously, so you could be the tension could be like you could be great mood, and then the game one couple of bad games and the mood is gone, and the game. Do you know what I mean, John? It's true, isn't it?
Oh no, I completely agree with you. Like you again, and that's what I was saying. Like Wednesday, I love Tarkov, but Wednesday I just didn't want.
We wanted
that opportunity to even arise.
You just want a bit more easy going time.
Exactly, and again, some nights I could have been completely wrong. Some nights to play Tarkov. And like, it's not even just winning. Sometimes you lose and you still find it funny. But there's just some days when you lose and something will happen and it just kind of hits you wrong. And then when you get into that kind of mindset, it's just like every loss is like, how did you get me? What's this? What's going on? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's always the game's fault, especially like. Personally, I like sometimes I do it, but somewhat like I play with gamers for years and years, and some people just do it constant, constant, and it's like that. This is this and this is that, and it's this fault and that fault and that fault. It's just like maybe it could just be the game. Maybe sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. Do you know what I mean? It's not always something. Like there's sometimes it's out of your hands, and that's just the way it is.
And it is just a game at the end of the day. But Tarkov, it really kind of hits you sometimes, especially with certain different type of people, because it's a game that like punishes you for losing in a sense that it can make you much worse. Like if you lose your best gear because you died, that death has actually set you back rather than let's just hit continue.
That's kind of thing is there's a lot on the line all the time.
Yeah,
that's true. Especially as well if you're running in a group of people, it's very easy to blame somebody else for it too. And that's where a lot of things come into it. That person didn't do this, then I wouldn't. This
Yes.
wouldn't happen. And it's just like a lot of the time it's like as well. Well, it could happen to you the next time. That and then you just like I think I'm very easy going with gaming anyway. With that kind of game, I just think you need to be. I know it's hard. Like it depends your mood. It depends you're tired. Depends
Yeah.
the way you've had your day. It depends what way you take everything. I think that with any game. But sometimes if you need to take a step back, there's been times where I've said like, you know what, I'm going out for the night because I'm not in a good mood. That's it. And just go off and come back the next day. And you're better off. That's the way you're better off to do it, I think. Personally.
No, definitely. It's not a game to play grumpy.
Oh, no.
It's not a game to play when you're. Well, no, you can play it when you're tired. But you're not necessarily in a bad mood when you're tired. Actually, sometimes when you get loopy and you're tired. Yourself and Ronan and was it Diddler or who was it? In Woods singing freaking the JCB song. Remember that?
Yeah, that was Diddler as well. I think it was.
Yeah, it was just like we knew and we actually survived, but like it was one of those moves where like we're in the middle of the woods, we feel like we're about to get sniped at any moment, but it's just we don't care. It's just funny.
Yeah, that's it. True. Aiden, I think the camera's fecked. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, this is the weirdest. Like when I look at the Zoom call and it looks normal.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Aiden, it's not. It's again. Sorry for saying this in the podcast, but it actually is a thing that happens because this happens to people on my school class that we do.
Yeah.
So it's a thing that happens on Zoom, and I think it's something got to do with. Did you update your NVIDIA drivers recently or anything? I think it's something. It's something. I think it's something. I was reading on Reddit. It's something. Might have something got to do with NVIDIA drivers.
No way. I mine in the update up today as well. I don't know. But
Dunno.
it's happened.
Okay, I haven't updated mine in a while, so I might do that after this.
Okay. Sure. I don't think I'm playing it as 2077. I haven't played it since because of the wipe. But you haven't played it, John. No, you played it.
No,
yet.
not since the wipe. No, the wipe.
No.
Really. I was enjoying the game a lot. Don't get me wrong. But now that I've sat away from the game for a while, and I have no reason for understanding why this is.
Yep.
I have no real urgency to go back to it.
I think it's because it's been shit on everywhere. And it's not that too. I think it needs to, like you got the PlayStation 5. So you got the PC. It's on the PC for you.
PC version for me.
So
Yeah.
yours is actually working perfectly anyway.
Yeah, perfectly. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I think do you know what? A lot of the time as well, new games need a lot of hype around them to keep them alive. And I think this one is dead at the minute because of how bad it's done. And they need to do some serious marketing until the PlayStation 5 version comes out and the Xbox, the Series X one comes out. I think they need to spin it and maybe release a DLC with it at the same time they drop it and really do it again and make this game hype up as much as it was because it's dead at the minute.
But I think as well, and all the crap that they get sometimes as well, and I know they also get revered, but there's something about, and again, I am really enjoying Cyberpunk, but there is something to be said about like Cyberpunk versus a Fallout or even a Skyrim experience, because the thing about like when a game like Cyberpunk gets announced or gets stuff like that, I'll always, and again, it mightn't be fair, and again, I know people are like, why are you so in love with this game? I'll always compare it to Fallout New Vegas. And the thing is that Fallout New Vegas is a game where you can just walk up to anybody, like a main character pretty much, unless they're completely essential to the story, kill them, and the game will adapt around it. Like all the guards will hate you and like this. But in Cyberpunk, it still feels like a little bit too much scripted. As in, like, no, you definitely won't be able to kill that person. Or like even when you kill, like, do you ever just fire upon an NPC and they react weirdly? They kind of just stand there and they're like, ugh. And then like you immediately get swarmed by guards and you've no chance of winning and you die. So it's basically like, well, you didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas Fallout will always let you kind of just do what you want, and that is kind of a thing where, again, I still really like Cyberpunk, but it just ain't no Fallout, baby.
You said it's more like Fallout 3 than it is like New Vegas.
Exactly.
People who don't understand why you keep comparing it to New Vegas are stupid, because New Vegas is incredible.
One of the best games ever
made. It
made.
does not help when the devs come out and say Johnny Silverhand was way cooler than when it was not Keanu Reeves. That's just bullshit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Johnny Silverhands is great.
Keanu Reeves is fucking awesome. And any man that says he'll fight me.
That game's on my back burner now, but I'm going to go back to it.
I don't know. I will have a PlayStation 5 by the time it comes out. I probably will buy it on PlayStation 5. Or well, I can probably update
it's free.
It'll
be a free update.
And get it on the PlayStation 5 and then play it, sit there and get immersed in it. Because I did get immersed in it, but with the glitches and then the Tarkov dropping and stuff like that, it just put in the back burner.
Like, there's bugs on the PC as well. There is bugs on the PC. I've said this before. I got a weird one where, like, just very quickly, like the stories is out, the side missions are out of sync. So when I start a mission, I get the phone call that ends the last mission, and when I end that mission, I get the phone call that should start the mission I just ended, and I have to start a new mission to get my experience from the last mission.
I know, Irish lad. I know you didn't say that.
Weird.
I know you didn't say that. I wasn't saying you said it. Alpha Fox is not here with us this evening. He's got prior engagements. He'll be back next week, I'd say. And so, I don't know, Pat will. Might have work every Thursday now. I don't know. He didn't really say. But I'm sure they'll be back. We should have a guest next week. Co-presenting with us. Is that the word? Hosting's not the word, is it? I don't know. We'll move on to the news. Make sure you're every Thursday, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, right?
9 o'clock.
Okay, we're moving on to our first news section of 2021. Who's excited? Yeah, John's excited.
Look at me.
Whoa. Look at him. Oh, Jesus, look at him. Would you not? Would you? Right, now, stop staring at him now. Right. According to the now deleted job posting, Respawn Entertainment is currently working on a new project. The link to the job listing takes you to a blank page with an error message, but the URL can confirm the EA-owned studio was seeking a generalist software engineer for the new IP incubation team, according to VG247. There wasn't much more said about the project except a mention of a new practice technology to enable adventuring forever. Ooh, that sounds an EA project right there.
Yep.
The new project will follow the success of 2019 Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which smashed EA's initial sales targets. Respawn has also struck gold with Apex Legends, which is currently in its 7th season. Fans have been hoping for a sequel to Respawn's other project, Titanfall, but back in May of 2020, the studio said that they weren't currently working on one. Despite EA's earlier comments that the new entry was in the works, it seems the new project was happening. It's been temporarily pushed aside for in favour of Apex Legends. Sure, why wouldn't it? It's a cash cow. 7 seasons, still going strong. When I hear like that Apex Legends is still doing well, that Fortnite is still doing well, it makes me think like how many gamers are in the world, because I never hear about these games anymore, and it's just like there's still, even like when you say Destiny, do you know, like there's these little sections, World of Warcraft, there's all these little sections of gamers that are thousands and thousands of people, and they're constantly playing them every day, and it's mad to me because there's just umpteen people playing these games.
Yeah, especially games like Fortnite or Apex Legends, because there's literally no price of entry. Like, you can just play these games for free. That helps them quite a bit.
So Steam released their top. There's a top 13 list of the most money earned on Steam this year.
Okay, I never seen that.
And
that would have been good to have.
And PUBG's still in it. Destiny's still in it. Among Us is in it, and I'm so happy that they made a lot of money this year.
Nice.
That's good for them.
Yeah, it's a great game.
So yeah, these games have been out for ages. That Rainbow Six Siege is still there. CS:GO, Dota 2. These games still have massive player bases.
Oh yeah, Dota 2, yeah.
But yeah, you don't have to hear about them all the time because the people that are playing them are sort of in their own little corner. That's
but I'm just saying, when I do hear them, it makes you realize so.
It is kind of mad. Like I didn't realize that Rainbow Six Siege disappeared completely, and all of a sudden it was massive.
Yeah, well, Rainbow, Ubisoft has been doing a lot with them. They're trying to do like big, massive tournaments, worldwide tournaments.
Yeah,
they had to try the Irish tournament, the European ones. Like Ubisoft are really pushing it, but it's that new now, and I suppose it's been around a few years at this stage. It's that new business model where it's the seasons and trying to throw out new things and paying for a certain season and money rolling in every time. That's the new base, and I say it's going to keep. People are going to see it. It's like mobile gaming, but on every platform.
Tenner off you every 4 months. That's a success.
It's damn right it is.
Yeah, get tenner off someone every 4 months for freaking how many? Like million people? I don't know. Like, do you know what I mean? Like that's a lot of money.
What do you think about this? It's a new Star Wars title. Is this what this really says?
I think this is going to be their attempt to make that Avengers game with Star Wars, and it's going to fail miserably.
Did the Avengers game fail miserably, or
yes?
Yeah.
There's some people that love it though. I've had people in the community say that they love it.
But it didn't do well at all.
It got a vote. It got a vote in the someone voted for it on
but again, the way gaming has gone the last 10 years, a lot of these games seem to come out, see what they do wrong, put more money into it, put more market into it, and then be good. So
you get to a point where cheaper to try to remake the game while it's out there than to give up on it.
Well, at the same time, like again, but at the same time, like we've been shown that it can be a terrible, terrible mistake. Like look at Anthem, like that was the game that was like
Anthem hasn't been
we'll fix it on the go.
They killed that off straight away, done earlier.
No. They are working on a complete remake of Anthem.
I thought it was gone.
Nope.
There was rumors last year, wasn't it? Of the
No, they came out and announced it, but they've been staying quiet since. Nobody knows what they're actually doing, but they are set to completely
I thought
bring
they
back
said
Anthem.
they were killing it off.
Well, maybe they'll do a Final Fantasy 14 on it.
Since Final Fantasy 14, people realize that there's money in fixing games.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 14 is a mammoth, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it came out,
loads.
it was a disaster to the point where they, in story mode, had a god come down and kill everything and reboot the universe.
The Calamity or whatever it was, yeah.
That was Bahamut.
It
was the most powerful Bahamut version that had ever been seen, wiped out the world.
The only...
I actually love the idea you could sit and watch the end of the world.
It's kind of like, I don't understand when we're talking about Avengers. I think you said it before. There is a Thor game. I don't know why there isn't like a base game of these characters and just go with it. Like a Thor game would be awesome. I'd love to play a Thor game. Like full on Thor, maybe RPG nearly. I'd love to love it. I would love it. I don't like going between the different planets. You know, maybe having different missions and stuff like that. I think it would kill. But it's probably getting licenses and stuff like that before.
I agree with you totally, Paddy. But I think in the company's eyes, the money is to get all those Marvel things together so they can get infinite money out of it.
I understand that, but like, why not go the actual Avengers way and do it little by little and do different sections and bring it together maybe for one game in 10 years? Do you know what I mean? Like it would be
only
brilliant.
Sony's willing to make.
Everybody loves a crossover.
Everybody
loves a crossover.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong.
That would actually be... I never even thought about that, Paddy. That would be a fantastic idea. Instead of a cinematic universe, having a gaming universe.
Gaming universe, and then have them cross over. Everybody would lose their mind. Once you see that character from one game in another game, that's not supposed to be there. Like, do you know what I mean? They would love it. I'd buy it.
I could hear like the second you said it, all in my head I could hear was
Let's do it. We're going for it.
I think only Sony could pull it off.
Yeah, probably. I believe you. But why not? Like they're saying, there's a lot of people coming out recently saying that the future of media is in gaming, and like it could be well true. Why not storytelling, everything like that in games? Go for it. Let's do it. Who's investing?
And also, just real quick, that terminology on that technologies that they're saying they're going to try and make the adventuring for everything, that actually makes me feel fatigued. Because that imagines that I'm imagining like side quests that just don't stop popping up.
I see that and I'm like, oh no.
I want to play something different eventually. You can't keep me forever.
I want games that end, except Destiny. Destiny should never end.
I suppose it's well possible to happen where if you can have bots and stuff that in the moment are making something from like a storyline up as they go and just pop.
Yeah, if it was something like a Nemesis system, but like unbelievably advanced from that Lord of the Rings game, yeah, that's completely changing what's happening due to your actions. I'd be up for that. But as long as it isn't like we're constantly just going to release a load of like side quests every week or every month or whatever forever, then
what you're talking about, John, is Star Citizen.
Star Citizen, yeah. Candy Crush.
That's what they've been promising. That's what they've been promising us for over a
Crush
decade, and that game's never coming out.
Never say never.
Stuff like that will happen in the future. We have Amazon have released their best-selling games of 2021, and it has a trend. Let's go through the list and see
if
you can see what it is. Okay, number 1 is Animal Crossing New Horizon Physical Edition. Number 2 is Super Mario 3D All Stars. Number 3 is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Number 4 is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. If you can guess what it is in the chat,
it's a strong 4 games.
Is Animal Crossing? Oh, the digital edition is actually 5th. Animal Crossing Digital Edition is 5th. Cyberpunk 2077 is the 6th one.
Cyberpunk.
That's PS4 version. Ring Fit Adventure. Hurlu Warriors.
Hyrule.
Sorry. Age of Calamity is the 8th. And Last of Us Part 2 is the 9th. And The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is 10th. Before he's getting, it's probably low latency, so they probably can guess.
This is the best-selling games of 2021.
No, for Amazon.
2020.
Oh.
20. I wrote that wrong. Sorry.
I was thinking, I was so
I'm
confused.
in a new year
I,
already.
was,
I'm in a new year already.
I thought it was like these are the best of the games in the last 7 days. I was like, why is everybody buying so old games?
You can tell what
I'm so
what's not copy and
confused.
paste.
Breath of the
It's-
Wild's 4 years old, and it's on that list.
Yeah.
That's what they said. Best selling Amazon games 2021. 2020. Damn it, John.
I know it's not me. It's
Damn
on
it,
the
John.
freaking notes.
It's me that wrote it, so I can't blame anyone but myself. If anyone can guess on the list, or if anyone can guess in the chat, we'll give you a free cookie. What's the link between all them games? I'll say it again. Animal Crossing is the first one. Super Mario 3D All-Stars second. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the third. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the fourth. Animal Crossing, again, for the digital version, is the fifth. Cyberpunk 27 is the sixth. Ring Fit Adventure, love to play it, is the seventh. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is the eighth. Last of Us Part 2 is the ninth. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is 10. No one's going to guess, are they? Do you know what it is?
No, I was trying to think, and the only things I could come up with, I was like, no, that doesn't make sense. The one I thought I was right with until Cyberpunk was like, oh yeah, was that none of these games came out on the Xbox? And I was like, oh yeah, Cyberpunk.
No. Do you know what it is, Aiden?
8 of them are Nintendo games.
Yeah.
I saw that. I thought we were supposed to have like all 10 had in
No, but it's
common.
really big thing that Amazon. Every
8 of them
Amazon
are Switch
selling.
games.
Oh yeah, no, it's that.
Oh,
Switch did
sure.
really, really well.
It did really well, and like, if you maybe it's because the other consoles were really at their end of their life and they weren't really putting out good games. See, another Aiden. This is another reason. There it is. More proof that gaming.
Paddy, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. Half of those Switch games didn't come out last year.
Fair enough. But that's another proof of it. That's more proof of it. That's more proof. You're after putting now nail in the coffin there.
God of War came out the same year as Breath of the Wild, and it's not on the list.
But that's because everyone that wanted to buy it bought that year. It's just like everyone got it on day one. They didn't have to think about it twice. But
The complete reason for this list is pandemic happened. People bought Switches.
And also, like, pandemic happened. We released Animal Crossing, and Animal Crossing is a great game, but it had a fantastic release date. Just
It's
like
the
Warzone.
game of the. It's the game of the pandemic.
That and Warzone. Like Warzone came out like about 3 days after lockdown started. I remember it. It was like, well, this is perfect. And it's free.
Nintendo winning the console wars. That's a big statement. right there.
From March to June, you couldn't buy a Switch.
It's mad. I know.
Like they were
I took advantage
impossible to
of it.
get.
Switch, or as I like to call it, my portable Binding of Isaac device.
Hades. You play Hades on it.
I probably should get Hades for it. Yeah, you're
I
right.
thought you got Hades. You got
I
it
have for PC. Yeah.
What's next?
Can't wait for you to play Hades.
Video streaming site Twitch has removed the Pog Champion mode after its face. Ryan Gotex, whatever that next word is, made controversial comments about the violence in the US Capitol on Wednesday. We've made the decision to remove Pog Champion mode following statements from the invasive mode encouraging further violence after what took place in the Capitol today. Twitch said in a statement on January 6th, "We want the sentiment and use of the Pog to live on. Its meaning is much bigger than the person depicted on the image itself, and it has a big place on Twitch culture. However, we can't, in good conscience, continue to enable the use of the image." The statement continued. Twitch said it will work with its community to create a new mode for the most hype moments on Twitch. The Pog Champion mode displayed Gutierrez, surprise face.
Gutierrez.
That's it. I'm sorry, I'm not Mexican. And it's used in
Neither
Twitch
am I.
chats. You're kind of Mexican. To
Little bit.
communicate of a feeling of excitement. I can also say since this, I haven't updated, but Trump is actually Twitch channel. Had a Twitch channel, has been banned.
Yeah.
I didn't know he had a Twitch channel, but it's banned.
He's also done from Facebook and Instagram for a month.
Facebook, Instagram. I was like, well, I can see that, but I was like, Twitch as well. What did he do with Twitch?
Loads of politicians started doing Twitch, using Twitch
Yeah.
as like a non-stop ad streams and stuff.
Well, it'll be what's her name?
AOC.
They call her the AOC. What's her
Yeah,
actual name though?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Yeah, she like streamed Among Us with like
Yeah,
a
it was
lot
great.
of really
It was
famous.
a great stream.
Yeah. But there is one word I could think of about Trump getting banned from all these platforms, and that's absolute poggers.
Yes. Also, this guy's a dick.
He is, yeah. I read the stuff he was saying.
Oh, I'm so happy they get rid of him.
Like 98%, I'd say, of people don't know who the guy in the
No.
Pog emote is.
Yeah.
It's been around for so long.
Just draw an animated PogChamp face, and you're done. Just do an animated one.
Yeah. Like if you're anyone spewing hate or saying violence, they deserve everything they get. Especially.
I wasn't just that. Like again, he was like a COVID denier and an anti-vaxxer, and all he was everything.
COVID.
He was everything.
Just a monster of a human.
Just a
Absolute
real,
monster.
real genuine idiot.
Dirtbag.
It's just mad that he's attached to that. If he's
I'm
that
happy
bad.
for his misfortune.
I'm happy for everything he gets. Go out there and get him. No, but you.
Oh God, Paddy.
Any incites violence.
If any say gets his emote taken off Twitch on his channel.
The worst thing about it is that like-minded people will now rally around him. You know what I mean? Being like, "Oh, it's tragedy," and he's probably more people will know his name now than his actual name, not just PogChamp guy. Then
I'd imagine this is the route to him losing his Twitch account, though.
I'd be surprised if he hasn't lost it already.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen the announcements, but I'd imagine this is how it starts.
He's a professional fighting games, isn't it? He's like a esports fighting game guy, is what I think I read. Yeah.
Is he?
That's what he is, yeah.
I have no idea.
And a world-class knob.
I have no idea.
A lot of them are, though. Sorry, Paddy.
If I never knew the news that he didn't get taken off, I wouldn't. I would have no idea who he was. I've seen the face, all right. That's it. That's all I know.
That's pretty much what he's known for.
Yeah, that's it. But that's it. That's the whole thing. But if you at the end of the day, if you are inciting people to people got shot, people have died.
Yeah.
And you can't keep it going. You should just
Screw him.
Return political again.
Daigo was known for that unbelievable Evo parry video, and he's known for PogChamp.
Daigo is a cool guy.
Have you must have seen that? It's the most famous Evo clip of all time. And if you know what's actually happening, it is such a freaking class moment.
Another company, I suppose not a company, that's a person that's known for great things. Formerly Electronic Arts executive Peter Moore has come out to defend FIFA's Ultimate Team mode, saying he does not believe its loot boxes constitute a form of gambling, as lawsuits have claimed. He says, "You're always getting something." He said, "It's not like you opened it and there's no players in there. This is a personal view. But the concept of surprise and delight versus gambling on a continuum, they're a long way from each other. You buy on a grind your way up to getting gold pack. You open it up. You're either happy or you think it's a crappy pack. I don't see that as gambling per se. But again, this is my personal view as an outsider right now. I get scrutiny, I understand, outside of sports, that loot boxes, again, another EA title in particular, get a lot of scrutiny, criticism. EA pulled back on that. He said, one thing they're always good at is getting feedback and realizing, you know what, probably shouldn't have done that, or that was the wrong decision. It wasn't gamer first, and then pulling back and making a decision. This lad is like, did he write this before he left?
This is like the wolf. This is the wolf going, you don't need to lock the fence. Nothing bad's going to happen. God, I hate Peter Moore.
But it's funny that he's still defending it, and he's former EA Sport. Unless he still works for him, does he?
Yeah. No, he doesn't. He's former.
But he hasn't changed his position to a different. Nope. All right, it's like now I put the games together. Again, this comes up. It's one of the big things. It does come up a lot. It's every now and again it pops up, and it's I don't know.
I've got a hypocritical stance on this. I've already said it. I have bought and I have not for a while, but I've bought a lot of FIFA packs for my Ultimate Team. I have done it.
Is he really?
But you are an adult.
I am an adult. I was 18. Yeah, I was probably 18.
There's no gambling laws against that in this country, and yes.
I know, but the argument they're saying it's not gambling, so that's kind of the thing. That's kind of where that's the argument.
But I think it is gambling. And I think you should be completely allowed to be done as gambling. But you need to put an 18 sticker on a FIFA game.
Yeah, well, even leave it closed off for adults. That part there of the game to be, you can't access this unless you're 18. Do you know, that kind of maybe might be a said thing.
There needs to be just smashed all over. This is a gambling game. That there has to be. they hide it. It's hidden
Well,
so well.
it's a gambling. Yeah, I get you, but it's a soccer game that has a gambling.
Yeah, like to be
mode
honest,
in it.
I've played loads of FIFA games. I didn't get this year's one for the first time ever, but the first time in a long time or whatever. But to be honest with you, I never played Ultimate Team. I never done that part of it. I never seen any gambling, any other part of it, of that whole game.
No, the rest of the the rest of the game is just
So,
like
like-
you can do seasons. It's fine. You can do pro
Yeah,
clubs.
The
It's
only reason
fine.
it's on my radar is because of seeing it all the time with these articles and seeing all
But
the time with videos
that-
and
That is the equivalent of saying I've played loads of Call of Duty, but I never played Warzone.
Mm.
It's such a large aspect of the game. I don't think you can just discount it like that.
again,
Well, it's the
outside
re-
mind, it's probably the same.
Yeah,
as
there seems to be a vast majority of people who buy the game buy it for Ultimate Team. It
Yeah.
seems almost like
Oh yeah, no, it is. It's the
It
main.
is the
It's the
main-
main mode.
And
Yeah.
I remember it probably comes up before, but I remember talking to a lad and he said, and it was about, I think it was around this time of the year, and FIFA wasn't out that long. It was only a few months, and he said he spent like €400 or something
Yeah.
already. And it was
There's an
like,
episode of the Jimquisition from a couple of years ago talking about gambling in games, and he had a couple of guys on like giving like statements and how like their lives was legitimately destroyed by these games.
Yeah, because there are people who genuinely have gambling addictions.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, they can still gamble, but
Yeah,
like
that's-
they
Yes,
gamble
but
legally.
When
with-
you buy this game, you're not told there's gambling in it.
yeah.
If you're someone who is a recovering gambling addict and you buy FIFA, going, this will pass the time, and then I can bet. I might
Yeah, I
I
suppose
might
it
win
does
gold,
need a bit.
gold cards.
That's kind of thing is about like it's as you're saying is it's, don't mind in the game as long as it's well established what it is, and it is
Yeah.
like black and white what it is, like the same as like you have it
You
on
should be taxed on it for gambling as well.
taxes or whatever that they're gambling laws. I don't agree with it as well. I don't. The only thing I don't is young people, and I agree with Aidan was saying that you'd have to have it stamped and let everyone know what it is. It is what it is. I blew hundreds on CS:GO. What's that? What can you buy in CS:GO?
You buy
The
keys
knives,
to open
isn't it?
chests.
Oh, it's the same thing again. Loot boxes.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can. There's literally an auction house for items, but you can also there's boxes. And
Yeah.
you get the boxes for playing, and you buy the keys to open the chests.
Irish lad says me too. To be honest with you, if you're a grown adult, a grown ass man or woman or whatever that, and that's the way you want to spend your money, as long as you don't get it out of hand, it's your money, it's your life. Again,
Yeah,
I
like
agree.
again, and you can.
you
And I
work
know
for it or whatever you've done.
majority of the people don't do this, but like you can legitimately play Ultimate Team and not buy packs.
Yeah.
But it's more of a grind, like anything. And the thing, and it's funny because like again, I'm a complete hypocrite. It's just my brain was always kind of geared towards, but that's FIFA, rather than any other type of game. Where like it 100% is you are paying money to gain advantage in the game. You are paying money to get better, a chance to get better players. Because even when you buy, let's say you buy 20 packs, it's not just like, oh, I didn't get anything. You might get two or three good players, but you sell the rest of the players for FIFA money, and then you can use that money on the trade thing, the flea market, to the auction house to buy good players outright. So even if you don't get good players in the packs, the money you can make off the players you get in the packs, you can then use to buy better players. So it's an advantage twofold.
It's also a pretty well-known thing that Ultimate Team accounts are a lucrative market. Like buying, like if you pull one of the rare players of the game, you can sell your account for £200 or £300, no problem.
So there is YouTube videos about that.
So they'll be like, well, people can't make money, but like there is a grey market for making money off it as well.
Imagine, sorry. Imagine Tarkov stuck in something like a slot machine or something in the game and said, if you get this, you get one of the rare items of the game. You'd be pulling that joke.
Definitely. Well, I honestly mightn't if it was real money.
No, but the people would though, John. People would.
People would.
I'll always be angry about these things. I'm a recovered whale, as I like to tell people.
Fuck gambling.
No, fucking loot boxes. Sorry, I was addicted to the Yu-Gi-Oh game on Steam, and I put way too much money into that game. I have no impulse control whatsoever.
Right.
And I just think these things should be properly regulated.
Yeah, literally. Again, I put a bit of money to it. And literally, the only game that I ever did it for was FIFA, and I put I don't know. There was just I think they've stopped doing it because they're smart. But there was an achievement, and this I can't remember which FIFA this was. This is years ago. This is when I was in my early 20s. It was on the Xbox 360. I remember it popping, and it was something like I never felt so much shame with an achievement popping in my life. It was I was just buying packs and said I've only had the game a few days, and it was something like you have popped your 50th pack. That was the achievement, and I was like, oh,
Well, this is an achievement I can pay for.
Oh. Like, oh, what have I done? What have I done?
Yeah, it was a moment of realization. I was like, I've gone through 50 packs already.
I'd say, Aiden, if you use that money to actually buy the cards in real life, that you might be sitting on a gold mine.
Also did that.
Oh, you did that? Well, that's not too bad. I don't, like, to be honest with you, I think that's better than doing it in digital world because you...
Terrible weakness for trading card games.
I love this. Trading card games are just my vice.
Oh, man, yeah. I have a pretty large Yu-Gi-Oh collection, pretty large Magic the Gathering collection.
At least they're worth money. Do you know what I mean? That's a physical thing is a lot better. Like, maybe they have it wouldn't be too bad. Did they have digital markets? No.
No,
but
you cannot get.
That would be awesome. I imagine that a game where they actually made like a Bitcoin, where there's only a certain amount of cards in actual circulation. I know exactly. It'd be hard to do that because
I would love that.
But it would be hard to do that because how would you keep making money? But the thing is, if they're on like market and there's only a certain amount, and then you could trade them and you could buy them and you could do this, that'd be unreal. But if it's a physical thing, I think it's better to be actually instead of a digital thing where it's just give the money and that's it gone. You can't sell it.
And that's the biggest kick of the teeth about those sports games as well is the money you spend only lasts to next November.
Yeah. Oh no, it's a joke. No, it's a joke. Like
that's actually, to me, that's a kick in the teeth.
It's actually like a running joke of like, well, yeah, I get to spend all my money again. Like it's
like the cards I have
thing.
The cards I have in Duel Links actually I still have them, and that game's still relevant. But yeah, the idea of those sports games where you have 12 months.
But you see, that's the thing. Is and actually that's a part of it because there's a sense of like FOMO, fear of being left out, or whatever. Like it's of missing out. It's like, oh, I've only got a year to build the best team that I can. I better get spending because that's actually a part of it.
I wonder what they possibly.
Suppose it's.
Yes, go on.
I was gonna say, suppose it's also the case of the quicker I get my team made, the more time I have to enjoy it.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's the problem as well. Digital games and stuff, they'd never be able to cap the amount that they let out to the world. That's where. No,
Nintendo did that. Doing that this year though. They're putting Super Mario 3D All Stars is on a temporary release.
Yeah.
After March, you can't buy it anymore.
But the problem is they can change their mind and do it again next year or the year after.
It's the equivalent of the Disney Vault in a lot of ways.
Yeah, but they're doing what Nintendo do, and they create a want and a need, and then they'll probably turn around and go, you know what, we'll do it again.
The Amiibo market is like that, sure. The Amiibo market, they only release like a certain amount, and then people go, well, maybe not anymore, but people back when Amiibos were a new thing used to go mad because they had to get the Link in the blue attire. There's only 10,000 copies in the world. I better go get one.
They, I think Amiibos always tend to even out though. They start off, they're at the price, then they sell out, they whale up, and they come back down to nearly their base price again after a while.
Yeah.
But marketing,
I've been looking to try and get an Ike Amiibo for cheap, but they don't really drop what I want to pay for them.
Just keep waiting. Just keep waiting.
Yeah.
We've got the month's list of Xbox Gold, and they are Little Nightmares is coming out between January 1st and 31st. The King of Fighters 13 is coming out between January 1st and 15th. Shut up. A Breakdown is coming the 16th and 31st. Dead Rise is coming the 16th and February 15th. Any is excitement? You have an Xbox. You both have Xboxes, don't you?
Yeah, I like Dead Rising. That's a good game.
Not really anymore. My Xbox One is like I have a PS5 now.
You have a PS5.
And plus like my PC. Everything I would play on the Xbox.
Dead Rising is a very popular game.
I'll definitely add King of Fighters 13 and Dead Rising to my library.
What's Breakdown? Anybody know?
I had one a couple of years ago, but I'm not sure about the game.
Let's see what the internet tells me about Breakdown.
But not absolutely. Let me see what they say. Like CSGO isn't bad because it doesn't have a shelf life. FIFA, COD, 1 year games are the problem because after 12 months all the money's gone. So
Yeah.
CS:GO, you get to keep the stuff.
Oh,
It
Breakdown is an original Xbox game.
Jesus, that's rare. Let me see. It does have a shelf life because every couple of months, Value release a new case and the current skins drop in value. Is that okay? Is that CS:GO or is that FIFA? But not obsolete like FIFA players. Okay, it is CS:GO. Let me see. Next topic is not topic. Cyberpunk 27 has had a rocky start to its life, and to make things even worse, the game has lost 75% of its player base. I think that's actually 79. I think I wrote that wrong. Player base from Steam already. After having a record number of concurrent players of 1 million, it is now down to 225,000. It has a. Is this because the game is story driven and everyone has finished it, or they couldn't care less about the game? What do you think?
A lot of it's probably the first.
I would say the former, yeah.
Yeah, 225,000 still a lot.
True.
Like Counter-Strike gets about that, and that's an incredibly well played game.
True.
I think a lot of it is also got to do what I was saying earlier. Again, not to keep comparing them, but like I know there's a few different endings to Cyberpunk, but I feel like they kind of drag you to that ending through kind of linear story paths. You just pick which linear story path you want to go through. Whereas like it does, I don't think it has the same replayability as something like Fallout New Vegas is what I mean.
Like,
Do you
to be
think
honest,
there's expansions coming, or are they going to run from it?
No, I don't think they want to run from it.
I don't think they can run from it.
I think they'll fix it. I think they'll definitely fix it all up. But do you think they'll keep making single player content for it?
I think so. Yeah, I think they'll shift a little. Maybe some kind of online.
Oh, there is
for it.
There is a multiplayer. Yeah, they did announce a multiplayer mode that I forgot about.
Yeah, I think that's the next thing. To be honest with you, the amount that's in that game, I don't think they can run from it, and I think they need to make a lot of money from it. And if they're losing money now from people refunding and from lawsuits, they're going to have to do something. And it's gonna
Refunds. It did come out. The refunds were like quite small.
were they? It seems like a lot of people in the Republic refunded it. But I know that's small. But like just in our base, I'm saying that they.
But you'll always find that the people that would talk about the refunds are the people who would get them. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, a lot of people tried to refund and they weren't getting them for ages.
Yeah.
But it's like the problem is they probably could finish the game as well by then. By the time they get them.
Because they did announce on day one they'd covered their costs.
Is it back on PSN yet?
No.
That's mad.
Yeah.
It's right.
Sony were angry. Sony were really angry.
Yeah.
But it was because they freaking told them, refunded away. Sony won't mind.
Yeah.
And Sony were like, what?
Yeah.
More 'cause
Talk to us first.
That's a very bad business practice to be at that. Imagine somebody like you're a supplier of somebody and then they tell them to go to they're the supplier and get the money back without discussing it.
That's a European thing. That's how the law works in Europe.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, that's like we're entitled to a refund on anything in Europe, but Sony isn't a European company.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. It'd take a lot for me to go back and refund the game. It would have to be absolutely atrociously broken. Like, and I mean that I couldn't get into a car or like it has to be. I'm Irish as well. We're very bad for like it's grand.
Yeah, we are.
We're awful bad for it.
It is our default.
So
it is our default
sit
setting.
Sit there and their food is awful. And you're like, is it nice? Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah. Grand.
It's okay. It's the Irish way, I think. I think our mammies have taught us not to say it.
As grand as the default Irish setting.
Yeah, it is like 100%. And I don't want to make a fuss. And to be honest with you, I don't like the anxiety from this conversation. It's true. It's true. It's true. Yeah. It's true. We're moving on to our topic of the week, and it's a clickbaity one. Can 2021 be any worse than 2020? Can it? Like, come on, it was awful.
Yes, it can.
Do you think so?
For games, yes.
Okay.
I think.
Okay, you say it can. You say it could be, but do you think it will be? Oh, mic drop.
I don't know. I don't know. I think I think this argument comes from the relative position of 2020 was terrible, and I don't think that's true.
See, I want to throw in another caveat. to the fact that
Love it.
I think the 2021 people think we're not going to get. I don't think a few of the games are going to come out in 2021.
That's definitely true. That's definitely true.
AKA, I heart of heart, I just don't see God of War coming out.
I don't see God of War happening this year. I definitely see Horizon coming out.
Irish lads saying straight away that 2020 was bad. There was no hype for the new consoles. They don't have very good games on them. Yet it's all a bit meh.
Yeah, I'll admit
Final Fantasy
that
VII
for the new consoles.
Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Animal Crossing.
Ghost of Tsushima gets a bed.
Animal Crossing. Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Oh Jesus!
I guess loads of good games.
Warzone, Paddy, come on now, don't add Jesus. Warzone, how dare you?
Warzone. To be honest with you, it's a good game if they shrank it to like a normal size game. Among Us happened.
Yeah. That every other game.
I know it's COVID's fault, but every game got to, like, put back about 2 years.
The games that came out were of relatively high quality.
There wasn't. I just didn't have it. I'm sorry. I think I represent a good 50 or 60% of the gaming culture as well. Like
that's
no.
That's having a big head on you.
We'll do a vote. We'll do a vote.
Well, I do know, like, majority of even our community absolutely loved The Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
And I think I know a good chunk of them adored Ghost of Tsushima. We'll
take it back. We'll go back a year. What was better, 2020 or 2019?
2019 every day of the week.
I'm just saying the assumption that 2020 is bad isn't right.
Okay, but the assumption that 2019 and 2021 could be better. 2019 was better, and 2021 is probably going to be better.
I didn't say it was. I didn't say it isn't going to be better. I said the statement "it can't get much worse" is wrong.
No, I asked. Could it be any worse? I didn't say could it get much worse. I said could it be any worse?
Could get much worse.
I think so.
Yeah, we could get no good games.
Yeah, like, again,
I will. Going to come out either. I don't think it's.
I will say I know.
Okay, 2019 was a pretty baller.
Just to 2019 was a fantastic year.
Yeah,
2019 was unbelievable.
That's probably what it was. It's probably because I was up here and I just went whack.
But like a lot of massive games that come out this year. Like, and I know it's just necessarily you mightn't have played them, or I didn't enjoy the ones that came out. Like, I didn't. Okay, I talk smack about Ghost of Tsushima, but I actually did enjoy it. But
okay, 2020 is a really good year as well. Just looking at the two lists I was at, 2010 is a great year. Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx, Ori and the Blind Forest, Miles Morales, Streets Rage 4, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2,
was not good.
Demon's Souls, Yakuza 7, Star Wars Squadrons, Neo 2, Paper Mario Origami, Spelunky 2. Like, a lot of good games come out in 2020.
You played them all.
I've played, I think, almost all the games I've just mentioned.
Spelunky 2 is fantastic. I would say that. That's my game of the year.
John is like, yeah, they're all great. Spelunky 2. Just went straight to that. Yeah, I doesn't matter. They're all graded because Spelunky 2.
I literally didn't hear any other word you said. You had me at Spelunky 2.
I bet everybody in the chat, do you think 2021 is going to be better than 2020? Do you think it's going to be better?
I hope it is.
Let's get up a list of the upcoming, supposedly coming out in 2021.
What do we know about? I know you're getting a list, but like
Hitman 3, Far Cry 6, Resident Evil 7 or 8, Horizon, that new Harry Potter game, Psychonauts.
Actually,
looks
interesting.
Game. Oh no, I'm thinking of something else.
The new Horizon. The Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, the Ratchet and Clank, Ghostwire Tokyo.
Pat is going like that. Ratchet Clank.
Ghostwire Tokyo, that game that's nothing but no trailer or anything. It's just got a CGI trailer. Yeah, that's 100% coming out this year. I'm not being sarcastic at all. There's a gameplay trailer out. Is there? Where?
Yeah, it's really cool looking.
I thought it was that. When was that released?
This gameplay trailer
10 minutes
was
ago.
June 11th.
June 11th. I thought they only had the freaking CGI one. That was from like.
This is not my mic.
Maybe I just missed it.
Yeah, maybe.
What else is coming out?
But yeah, that's the Shinji Ikami game. That's going to be really cool. He makes great games.
The Resident Evil
I,
game is
I,
coming
I didn't
out.
think there was anything about it.
The new Resident Evil game is coming out, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, that's
Oh, yeah,
the
you had me-
second, the eighth thing I said, or
Oh,
third thing I
sorry,
said.
I couldn't hear you. I was gonna.
Sorry, yeah.
Talking spunky. Go on.
Hitman 3, Far Cry 6, and Resident Evil were the first couple I said
Okay,
as well.
Sorry.
And then there's Returnal, which will be hilarious because, and then it says here God of War. I don't expect it. There's a new Monster Hunter out. People like those. Supposedly there's a Gran Turismo coming out.
That Hogwarts game looks good, actually.
It does. That does look cool.
Oh, you had me at.
I'll buy that for the woman likes
Yeah. There's that Destruction All Stars game that was delayed.
yeah.
There's the Mass Effect trilogy.
I wonder if there'll be any games that were
ooh.
are in development right now that we don't know about or is going to drop. I love that. I love when they do that.
That's my favorite marketing thing in the
Yeah.
world.
Just drop it. Just drop it. Here comes the
I still think
Hogwarts.
the biggest mistake Valve made was not doing that for Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah, that's what they should do. Just keep it under wraps. Everyone loves the secret. Everybody loves it.
Valve especially could easily do it. They have enough money and
That's
it's
the
private.
question. Will Halo, the new Halo game, be as big as everyone wants it to be?
They're adding an extra year onto development when they're already
That
done. I think
needs
that's
to be a battle royale.
that needs it needs to be amazing.
It needs to be a battle royale too, though. It needs to be a section of a battle royale. That's the new wave.
I'd say there will be.
That's the new wave. That's what, and especially that all the people that made Fortnite huge are a lot of Halo players and a lot of gun whatever the hell the game is. What else is coming out? That's it, is it?
The game is a massive open world game, so it has like a battle royale basically
They
built
should
into it
change
if they want to
Tarkov
do it.
battle royale too. That'd be amazing.
No, they shouldn't.
Oh,
No, they
should.
Even I know
They
that's a
should.
bad idea.
That is not a bad idea.
Are you saying like scrap the? Are you saying
No, not scrap it.
add
No,
one?
no, add one. Something
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Alright.
Jesus, don't scrap it. No, I don't mean.
I was gonna say,
never
no, yeah.
scrap it. No, never scrap it. Don't mean that. I mean like another part of the game where you load in and find the loot that we find, but you can use them as guns. Load in naked. Imagine loading into them maps with nothing all the time, but then you can find the good guns like done up.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That
Or
would
you
be
can
cool.
find the gun and find parts and stuff like that, and have a certain time or maybe an hour or something like that. There, I think it'd be great.
I'd have no issue with that. That sounds really good. I thought you were saying
No,
change it to a
Jesus,
battle royale. I was
no.
supposed to say what? I thought you'd lost your goddamn mind.
No, definitely not. Fortnite have infiltrated us.
Well, I will say definitely one you have to look out for on that list. Hitman 3. I am so looking forward to that.
The
That's
first
like
game on the list.
Hitman, the reboot. Like again, all the Hitman games are great. Even not, there's one or two that are a bit not as great as others. But the reboots 1 and 2, like especially Hitman 2, was just fantastic. Like there's such the way they remade it that it's just like, and the fact that they ditched the whole episodic thing. Thank you for that. That was ridiculous. But like the fact that it's just one big massive level. You get like 5 or 6 of them, but like you can play the levels over and over and over again, and it's so much fun. If you've played them, you know what I'm talking about. But Hitman 3 is going to be amazing.
I see someone like on the Republic, someone bit. They're like 2020 was a great year for gaming, and then this emote. Thinking about it, and then some excellent games to see from the previous gen. It's like, yes, you bit. Clickbait. Come and see what we're talking about.
Yeah, there was a comment there. No E3 didn't help either. That is definitely true. I felt like the game world this year suffered from not having like an E3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was actually going to say something. Then my mind went blank.
Eminem.
Eminem's released a new game.
Yeah,
See this?
he released a new album recently.
Oh, you were also talking about Hitman 3. They're allowing you to import the Hitman 1 and 2 into 3 to make one big game.
They did that with 2. You were able to import 1 into 2.
Love that. That
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, they did that with 2.
Nice. I don't not drop the like. Yeah, please do. It helps the old algorithm. I'm not like we could do we need all the help we can get.
Oh, that'll be a pre-order because my internet's not great. But I know I'm getting Hitman 3. That's one of those games I'm pre-ordering, so I'll have it downloaded.
That should be like a topic. Will Ireland ever have a structure of internet in this country that is able for what we need? What?
Save us, Elon.
I think Ireland will get there. Pierce. What's his name? Pierce Starr. He'll get it first. He'll do
Well,
it.
actually,
He'll do
I,
it.
I agree with John. I think that
Starlink, whatever it
yeah,
is.
Starlink is the
What's
is
Starlink?
what's going.
Elon Musk's thing. Sorry, you know.
Yeah, he's going to cover the planet in 1,300 satellites and offer satellite broadband to anyone in the world.
Is Elon Musk a robot?
No, he's a supervillain.
He did. I think that's
Super
something on
robot
BBC
villain.
today.
We'll agree it's super robot villain.
He's
He's the wor- is he? Did he become the world's
he
richest
did
man?
become the world's richest man today.
Did he?
Yeah.
183 billion.
And he's only going to get richer. He's going to own the world's internet.
He's a supervillain. He is a supervillain. It's 100% true.
I'm going to be like off the podcast later and I'm just go on YouTube like an Elon Musk and then just go down a rabbit hole and then I will be one of his followers by tomorrow. It's just it's just the way it's going. He's
saw you-
if he owns the internet, let's go for it.
I saw on the day that he became the richest man in the world, he blamed Facebook for Trump, which I found really funny.
Yeah, he's only like that and Twitter.
On to that, yeah, like that there, what you're saying. I think, to be honest, if he stopped giving him a voice, that he probably wouldn't be as powerful as he is.
I still think that the day Biden becomes president officially, Twitter is going to ban Trump completely.
Yeah, probably. I'm surprised they didn't ban him today because he's an ass.
I don't. There's something weird about how in their terms of their TOC or whatever, they don't ban world leaders.
Is that what's in their terms and conditions?
It's something about that. There's something about how even if they're saying things hatefully, what they're saying is relevant, and they don't get rid of world leaders. So I think the second Biden's
a lot of
president,
it is the American Constitution. It's like the Constitution is saying that
Yeah.
it's free speech and all that shit.
I think I hope it doesn't happen. The way it's going and the way people seem to believe that Trump is God or something and that he's been screwed. That if I was Joe Biden, I'd wear a freaking bulletproof vest.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
If I was Trump,
Yeah.
I'd wear a bulletproof vest.
I don't know about that though.
nah, don't bother.
No, I mean sincerely, and I'm probably being biased, but like, and I know Antifa exists as well, but like, I don't know. I do think
If he was killed, that means that America would get the
Trump would be shot long ago
first
if he was going to be shot.
First female president.
And yeah, and it should be black. That'll be a turn. I still think that's going to happen midway through Biden's presidency.
But
I think he's just
but
going to kick
that's
the boots
because-
up. Yeah.
I think
No,
that's-
he's going to stand down.
But
Yeah.
do you think? But I think that's because the media's betrayed a lot of them. I don't think he'd stand down. Like that man's been trying to be president for a long time. Do you know what
I think the Democratic Party realized they needed a black woman as leader, and she would never have won an election against Trump. And in my head, he does 2 years and then stands down, giving it to Kamala, so she can do 2 really good years and have a really good chance of winning the next
I just
election.
hope that Trump gets impeached and he can't run for the next election, or we're gonna have to listen to him for the next
I
4
don't
years.
ever want. I just want him to go away now.
He's not
I'm
going to
so.
go away. He'll go for the next election, definitely.
He'll
Yeah.
write a book after this.
He will, yeah. He owes
But I don't want-
a lot of money. We're doing a political thing again.
How I
I
won.
don't want daily Trump news anymore.
How I
I'm
want-
so done with daily Trump news.
Inspirational quotes of the day.
No, it'll
Scrambles.
be something like The Big Fix or Why I Won or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
100%. It's
If
going to happen.
anyone has any questions in the old chat, please do drop them. It's a new year, new me, new us. How are you? Just in the door. You're just in the door. I thought you worked from home. Ronan, what's the story, buddy? He's
Yo,
like,
yo,
I'm
yo.
just in the door. Do you want to play Tarkov? We're just discussing political things. We're now a political podcast, Ronan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to tell you. But we're going to talk politics from now on. Can Sinn Féin... Go on to Sinn Féin. Hey,
Yes.
up Sinn
Yes.
Féin. Hey.
That's my answer to
one's
that
out.
question is yes.
They won the last election. We all forget about that one, don't we? Where
Oh.
are they now?
Deathloop's coming next year. That game looks really cool.
Which is what?
Deathloop. It's the
Oh,
guy
yeah.
from the Dishonored people.
Yeah.
How long before they add Trump to Fortnite? That would be awesome. I would jump in and shoot that fella. Do you know what? We'll look up what films are coming out in 2021. That's a good one.
I don't know.
2021.
China, first year like ever that
Are you
China
both
had a
rolling fags?
no, never, no.
The
China
trees are like-
beat the domestic. It was the best global box office.
Oh.
First time ever last year.
So the films are
Yeah,
out for
America.
2021. Matrix 4's coming.
Supposedly. Was that supposed to come out
Supposedly.
last year? No. Yeah.
I didn't know that Venom 2 was
Yeah,
going to
a lot of things are supposed to come out
Vector v
last year.
Carnage.
No.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
I like that name.
They teased them, didn't they? It's
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson.
It's Woody
isn't it?
Harrelson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great.
This is a
Great casting.
Marvel film, Morbius.
Yeah, Morbius. He's the living vampire.
It's the Joker's playing him, Paddy.
Jared
Yeah.
The Joker. He's not the Joker.
That Joker.
He's
They're
a
cutting
Joker.
him in. They're cutting him into the Snyder cut, huh? The glorious Snyder cut. That's
Why-
going to be great.
Why won't he go away?
But
Why won't
I
Zack
don't-
Snyder
I
go
don't-
away?
I think it was Jared Leto.
No, Zack Snyder. Why won't he just leave me alone?
Zack Snyder came out. I read a headline. He said he's never directing a DC movie again.
Good.
We should just
I
pick
hope
a
you never
podcast. I'm
direct
sorry,
anything that I
Irish lad. I'm
love.
sorry, Irish lad. It just happened last night, and it's just in our heads. A new James Bond movie. I don't like James Bond. I'm sorry.
I do. Big
I
fan
don't.
of actor.
I
Didn't
hate
like the last one or the one before that.
like
I think half the Daniel Craig ones I like.
it's just like them movies are just any action movie just drives me bananas. Just the same thing over and over and over again. We get it. I just don't like it. What else? Let me see. There's written here that the French
Dune coming
Dispatch,
out
and
and
Black Widow's
Trailer
coming
was
out.
cool.
A new Fast and Furious 9. Please jump off a bridge.
Yes.
No, come on. No way.
Oh,
Eh,
they
no.
are. How
No.
do you not? Yes.
No, you're off the
Yes.
podcast. No, you're
They
off
are
the podcast.
the most. They are the best shit films. You
No,
can
they're
just
not.
you
No,
can-
they're not because
like-
you.
can
Have
turn
you
your
seen?
brain off and be like,
Aiden, have you seen
"Oh,
Crank and Crank
woo."
2?
Yes, I. Don't
They're
like
the
Crank
best.
2 as much as
They're the
Crank 1.
best. They're the best worst films.
There hasn't been 10 Crank movies. I don't get one
That's
every
true.
year.
That's true.
But I will literally go back and watch Fast and Furious 1 and I'll watch Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. I like them. Every other movie is like Fast and Furious 2, not too bad. I'm not going to say it's not an overtop great movie, but it's not a bad movie. All the rest of them could jump off of bridges.
They are bad. I will 100% admit they're bad.
Oh.
I'm a big fan of the first movie. I think it's actually
Yeah,
a
the
really
first
good
movie is a
film.
good movie because
Yeah.
it actually has a story. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's proper, but the rest of them are
But
just action and shoving
As
in your
soon
face.
as soon as they tied a bank vault onto the back of a car, I was sold.
What about the fucking?
They are just spectacle. They're just silly spectacles. And then occasionally he talks about family, and I laugh at him talking about family. It's crap plot, crap script, but just some of the best spectacle.
Verily is
The
probably one of the worst games of the
definition-
year, by the way.
I'm sorry, but do you know who likes
Oh, yeah.
Fast and Furious 9? Trump supporters. Anyway, Tom Cruise is coming out.
That's not a fair assumption in the slightest.
Come on. Why?
I'm basically a communist, and I love them.
You
Yeah.
love them because they're
They're
bad.
fun.
You love them because they're awful. No.
They're fun. They're really, really fun to watch.
Sorry. No.
Where else do I get a movie where they take out a tank with a Mark 1 escort?
There you go.
Doesn't happen.
Okay.
It's
If
so
I
fun.
sit down and take my brain out, you'll be like, yeah, this is good.
That's what I do. Like, and I'll tell you this now.
Yeah, we know what you do when
I
you're
like
watching
one.
it.
I like
Yeah,
I like
as
one.
well. I like
I
one.
think 2's okay. I don't like 3. I hate 4. And then 5, 6, 7, and 8 are just like they're just effects reels. That's all they are.
But I do like
With
Tokyo
really
Drift. and
crap dialogue.
I like Tokyo Drift and I like 1. Tokyo Drift goes off the thing completely and like it makes its own story. And I'm telling you, it's not as bad as the rest of them. And like to be
Tokyo
fair,
Drift's my second least favorite.
Is it? You think the rest of them are better
Yeah.
than Tokyo Drift?
4 is the worst by a mile. 4 is a boring crap film.
I didn't realize the Fast and Furious would be such a passionate topic.
I love them.
It is.
Man.
It's a very passionate topic for me because it's like taking 3. They need.
I'm
to,
not
like, just-
entirely sure if I've ever seen any of them.
have you not?
I love talking about them because there is this, you either love them or you hate them, and I love
Lord, I hate
because I completely understand why people hate them.
That's not true because I'm completely indifferent to them.
But you haven't seen them.
That's
If you-
true.
If you've seen them, you'd either love them or
David
hate
says
them.
a Loki series coming out. Is that a Loki from Is that Loki?
Yeah.
In
No, it
films,
is, yeah.
Or is that
Yeah,
Loki
yeah.
Vikings? Oh, it's Loki.
No, it's
films.
Loki films, and it's coming out on Disney Plus. Disney Plus has like 5 TV shows happening this week about this year about Marvel, and they all look kind of cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Disney Plus are taking it by them, and they're going for it. And
Well, they
They've got the
they're,
properties.
they're starting in January. They were basically held up by the Mandalorian for over a year.
a new Space Jam movie. We'll watch it. Let's face
Yeah,
it.
with
Is that happening?
Finally,
That's been a rumor
Yeah.
for the last like 15
it's LeBron.
LeBron James stars himself. The film featured cameos from NBA, WNBA superstars like Klay Thompson, Club, Tall.
Because that's been a
Yeah.
rumor for like the last 10 years at least.
Yeah.
But yeah.
New Suicide
Kingsman
Squad
3 is coming
movie.
out.
What's that?
Kingsman 3, The Kingsman.
Oh, okay.
Those first 2 films were very fun.
Untitled Super Spider-Man sequel is coming out. That's mad. They don't have a title for it yet.
It's Spider-Man and the Universe of Madness is
It-
called actual
Yeah,
name,
that's
I
the
think.
one. That's the one where like they have Tobey Maguire and is that the one where they're
That's
all
the
coming into it?
expectation. Yeah, Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the expectation.
Tom Holland.
That's a cool
Have you,
idea.
have you watched Spider-Verse?
Yeah, it's very good.
No, I actually haven't.
That's very good.
I don't
Yeah.
watch. I watch
I
crime
think Spider-
documentaries
I think
on Netflix.
it's
That's what I
actually-
do.
I think Spider-Verse might be the.
It's very good.
I think it might be the
I like
best
true
one I've
crime. I watched a movie in ages.
Streets of LA or Streets of New York.
Streets of LA or Streets of New York. The first one. Which one was Streets of LA, wasn't it?
Oh, LA! I hate that game.
That's the first one, though, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It was actually it was an okay game with cool ideas, but it had the most open, boring, nothing in it open world I've ever seen.
Wasn't the thing? What was the game that was the Sleeping Dogs? Wasn't that technically a
That's
sequel?
It's kind of like True Crime 3. It's a great game.
Yeah. No, I played it. I love Sleeping Dogs.
Yeah.
I think Tom Cruise has like 3 films coming out.
Well, that's normal.
Good man.
Mission
never stopped
Impossible,
acting.
probably. I don't even know. Mission Impossible, probably.
Oh, it's just 2
Uh,
Mission Impossible and
yeah.
the new
that-
Top Gun.
The
And
Going
then-
to-
oh yeah, I forgot about that. That must have got pushed back.
There's a new Coming to America coming out.
Yeah, I want to
I
watch
saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's that really weird movie about the guy
Sorry,
who
Mission Impossible and
figures
Top
out
Gun.
he's an NPC.
And there's-
Oh, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. They're
They,
also,
they all, I know they all did. I know the answer to my own question, but they almost got pushed right back because, like, especially Top Gun, that was supposed to come out like last
Yeah.
summer.
they all got pushed back.
I forgot. I completely forgot that was coming out.
I think there's like only 10 or so major Hollywood movies come out this year.
The Matrix 4.
Oscars will be interesting.
Since March.
But they're saying the Matrix, the plot, it has not been revealed. What do you think it is?
No.
What? Well, so sorry. What was that,
The
Paddy?
Matrix 4. What is the
It's the first proper live action Dragon Ball Z movie.
plot? Why?
Because that's the last fight in Matrix 3. They literally got to the point where they were doing Dragon Ball Z fights.
True. But I hope
Um,
they kind of go back to more of the story-based thing more than the action like they did in the first one.
I really attention and thrillerishness of the first one would be a better idea.
Maybe what I think would be a good idea for it is that they have unlocked everybody, but there's something gone wrong that they're going to maybe a civil war or something. Do you know something
Well,
like that there?
There is a theory. It's a fan theory that what's the place called? The real world. It begins with an N or something.
Earth?
Yeah, but
I don't-
Zion?
It's like Zion.
Zion.
Sorry, because it was Zion. That Zion itself is a simulation. I won't go into it.
Oh yeah,
but
there's a third level.
to the third level.
Yeah,
That
I heard
Zion
that
was
as well.
Zion was like a safety just in case
Yeah.
people did unplug from the first level.
Purgatory?
Pretty much. I suppose.
Purgatory.
Yeah,
Or just-
basically. I've also heard that one before. I
like
think that'd
that.
be a pretty lazy story though.
Yeah, but it'd have to be something that they got out or something, and they've unlocked everybody, and then you know they get something.
Or they go back in for a raid.
Go in for a raid. Yeah.
We have to fight a building-sized Agent
I
Smith.
suppose that's what they were doing, wasn't it? Really, that they
Yeah.
would go back in for raids to get stuff and come back out again.
Yeah.
It's Tarkov.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's Tarkov.
Did they get to extraction?
Did they get to? Whoa!
That was yeah, that was.
My head
I
is
played Edge of the
exploded.
Matrix. There is extraction.
The Matrix is actually Tarkov. I never knew it could happen, but it just did. They're now microtransactions in the Matrix. EA took it over. All right. I didn't even say that. I just read that out.
Oh, I love that.
Fair play. We'll probably end it, sure. It's been an hour and a half, and
This has been fun.
it's been good fun as usual. And
Yeah.
we'll be back again at 9 o'clock next week. Roland will be back. Pat will be back, and we might have a guest on. with us to present, and that'll be it. John, if we're looking for you during the week, where do we find you?
It's my pog. It's my tribute to
That's my
PogChat.
pogger.
People can find me for entertainment. I don't know why I said that so weird. I started that sentence and then my brain didn't know where it was going.
For entertainment purposes.
Exactly. He said it better than I ever could. Go to 2O for Gaming. That's TOOOLD 4 Gaming, all one word. On YouTube and Twitch. I have started streaming again after like a 2-month break. It's going well. I played some Tarkov. I played some Minecraft. I'm thinking of a few other things I might play. I'm thinking about playing AI Dungeon. I'm thinking about playing a few other little bits. I'm trying to kind of switch it up. I don't want to play like Tarkov all the time. I don't want to play the same game all the time. I kind of want to keep it switched up. And then my plan going forward is that you'll probably see slightly edited, as in like just the funny clip moments of these Twitch streams going up on my YouTube, just so I have content going on my YouTube more regularly. And I'll also be creating more, like the Among Us series that I'm doing. I will be creating more edited content as well. They'll just be more few and far between. And then if you want me to go before socials, it's the same tool for gaming on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Good man. Thanks for being here, John. Aiden.
Hi, you're welcome.
Your turn.
Just if you wanted to link, follow me on Twitter. I'm at Aiden616 AODHAIN.
Sweet. And if you want to find me, you can find me here. No. If you want to find Ronan, Alpha Fox TV, he does stream on Twitch random nights, but you'll find him there playing Tarkov mostly, I think. If you want to find Pat, is it at Pat Gone Mad?
Pat Gone Mad with an R at the end.
Yeah, type something in.
Just type something in, you'll find them.
It says type
All
something
right,
in.
no, I thought you were saying if you're looking for Pat, just type something in.
If you want to find me, you can find me anywhere you see the
Which
Republic.
Twitter?
Yeah, there, come on. Anywhere you can see the Republic of players, you'll find me there. Anywhere you see buy and play. I'm going to start doing the draws, the competitions up again, probably tomorrow. Might do a game bundle or something to ease us back into it. And we have an arcade machine up there right now as well. The Street Fighter one, which is still behind me. And we'll be back next week. And I hope you've enjoyed it. And I hope you be safe in 2021. And have a good night. So peace out.
Peace.
Bye, everyone.